Thank you for your interest in the American College of Norway. In this short video, we will go over the requirements needed to obtain a student visa, which in Norway is called a study permit. If you come from a country that is outside of Europe, you will need to complete the process outlined in this video. Applications are handled by the Norwegian Directorate of Immigration, called UDI. Their website is at the bottom of this slide, udi.no. Note that some countries will find it difficult to obtain a study permit for programs at the bachelor's level. If this applies to your country, it will be clear on the UDI website. Here is a broad overview of the study permit application process in chronological order. First, you must be admitted as a student at ACN. Your acceptance letter will include instructions on the second step, which is paying your tuition and living expenses. Paying the full amount for tuition and living expenses must be completed before submitting your application for a study permit. Once you have paid, ACN will issue a receipt, which you can use as part of your study permit application. After payment, you will submit your application online with UDI and then schedule an appointment at a visa application center in your country. You must attend this appointment in person and submit all documents, including, but not limited to, your acceptance letter, receipt of payment, and passport. These appointments are typically held at VFS Global Application Centers, which are located all over the world. In the United States, applications can be submitted in Chicago, Houston, New York, San Francisco, or Washington, D.C. Here is the amount that needs to be transferred to Norway before applying for your study permit. This money could be transferred to a bank account in Norway only if it is in your name. It cannot be transferred to friends or family members who have a Norwegian bank account. Because international students typically don't have an established bank account in Norway, you can wire transfer the required amount to ACN and use our bank account. The numbers here are for the full 2026-2027 academic year and assume you are studying both the fall and spring semesters. If you're only studying for one semester, these amounts will be lower. Your acceptance letter will be clear about how much money needs to be paid. At the time of this filming in January 2026, the total amount required for 1 year of tuition and living expenses convert to slightly under $30,000 US. This amount is set by UDI and applies to all students, even if you're living with friends or family or finding your own accommodation. Once you have started your studies at ACN, we will refund you any excess amount that is not owed for tuition or on-campus housing. The amount required for living expenses changes around May each year, so expect that number to increase around May 2026. ACN's tuition is set for the academic year, so this number won't change. Once you have paid the full amount required, ACN will issue a receipt, which you can use as part of the documents required for your study permit application. If your study permit is rejected, or if you decide not to pursue your studies at ACN after paying, we will refund the money to you less a 5,000 kroner administrative fee. Here is a list of documents that UDI requires as part of the application for a study permit. There may be other documents required, so follow all instructions given by UDI. Briefly, here is the timeline to ensure there is enough time for UDI to process your application for a study permit. You should submit all documents and be admitted to ACN by May 1st, pay your tuition and living expenses by June 1st, and submit your study permit application to UDI and attend the appointment by July 1st. If you are able to complete these steps earlier, you are encouraged to do so. ACN accepts new students each spring semester. If you plan to start at ACN in January, you should complete these steps as soon as possible to ensure your study permit is processed in time for the start of the semester. Here is how to contact the American College of Norway. If you have any questions about applying for admission or how the study permit application process works, please get in touch and we are happy to assist you.